Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for today's book. This channel is called Gracefully Reading, and we'll be reading lots of fun books about social emotional learning and other topics that children deal with on a day-to-day basis. So the book we're going to be reading today, look at that cover, so cute. It's called Hugga Loula, and it's written by Nancy Dearborn and illustrated by Hung Jianyan. So if you look at the book and you look at this illustration, what do you think this book is going to be about? Maybe. I think those are some really good ideas. Let's get started and see what Hugga Loula is all about. Hugga Loula. What's she doing in this picture? Is she hugging her stuffy? I think so. I wonder if that gives us a hint about what we'll be reading about. Hugga Loula lay on her bed reading a book. She heard a terrible racket coming from the garage. It was the crashing and clashing of Dad's tools. Hugga Loula raced to the garage. Dad was muttering angry words under his breath. "What's wrong?" Hugga Loula asked. Dad's tools were scattered all over the floor, and he was searching through them. I need. How do you think he's feeling right now? Before Dad could finish his sentence, Hugga Loula said, "If you're grumpy or sad, frustrated or mad, just give a shout and hug it out." Then she wrapped her arms around him, and Dad's anger evaporated into thin air. "Thank you," he said. "I was going to say my slip joint pliers, but a hug is what I really need." Hugga Loula searched through Dad's tools, found his pliers, and helped Dad tighten those loose bolts with a clink, clink. Then she returned to reading her book. How does everybody look in this picture? Are you saying happy? They're smiling. Hugga Loula had just settled in again when she heard a commotion coming from the kitchen. It was the clanging and banging of Mom's pots and pans. Hugga Loula hurried to the kitchen. What do you think is going on here in this picture? What are their faces showing? What's their expression showing? Mom was mumbling under her breath. "What's wrong?" Hugga Loula asked. "I guess I'm a little stressed out," Mom said. Pots and pans were scattered all over the kitchen counter. Mom was searching through them. I need. Before Mom could finish her sentence, Hugga Loula said, "If you're grumpy or sad, frustrated or mad, just give a shout and hug it out." Then she wrapped her arms around her, and Mom's stress melted away. "Thank you," Mom said. "I was going to say my small saucepan, but a hug is what I really need." How do you think Mom's feeling now? If we look at her expression, doesn't she look happier than before? Hugga Loula searched through Mom's pots and pans, found the small saucepan, and helped Mom make soup with a stir, stir. Then Hugga Loula returned to reading her book. Hugga Loula had just settled in again when she heard a ruckus coming from her brother's bedroom. It was the bumping and thumping of Steve's toys. Hugga Loula set down her book and rushed to his room. Tears ran down Steve's cheeks. "What's wrong?" Hugga Loula asked. His toys were scattered all over the floor, and he was searching through them. I need. What's his face showing? Those are lots of tears. Before Steve could finish his sentence, Hugga Loula said, "If you're grumpy or sad, frustrated or mad, just give a shout and hug it out." Then she wrapped her arms around him, and Steve's sad frown turned upside down. "Thank you," he said. "I was going to say my favorite truck, but a hug is what I really need." Hugga Loula searched through Steve's toys, found his favorite truck, and handed it to him with a vroom, vroom. Then she returned to reading her book. Hugga Loula had just settled in again when Dad, Mom, Steve, and her dog Lorenzo appeared at her bedroom door. Dad cleared his throat. "You calmed and comforted us with your hugs, so we wanted to give you something in return." What do you think that's going to be? They all wrapped their arms around Hugga Loula and gave her the biggest, super duperest group huddle hug ever. What a nice thing to do. If you're grumpy or sad, frustrated or mad, just give a shout and hug it out. That's the end of the book, and we can see here there's a dedication for Valerie, Christine, Dominique, Cora, and Hazel, with all my loves, hugs, and kisses, and for Elisa, the real Hugga Loula. So what did this book tell you? Everybody can get frustrated, mad, sad. Doesn't matter if you're a grown-up, if you are an animal, if you are a little brother or sister. Everybody can get mad and sad. And sometimes when we are feeling those big emotions, we might not be able to do the same things that we can do if we were feeling calm. And for this book, Hugga Loula was helping by giving hugs. And sometimes other strategies can work, like taking a break, taking some deep breaths, maybe drawing or listening to music. So lots of other things can help. I hope you enjoyed this book and learned some strategies about how to handle big emotions. Thank you so much, and I look forward to you joining me again on Gracefully Reading.